Okay, this video is going to be the discovery activity for the 30, 60, 90 triangle. So we're going to start by drawing an equilateral triangle. So all sides are equal and they have a side length of 4. I'm going to use this picture to the right. I would like you to draw the triangle on your graph paper. So remember that an equilateral triangle, the angle measures are all 60 degrees. So you should be able to draw your first segment, length of 4, and then draw 2 segments on the other side with angle measures of 60 to make your triangle. And then once you have your triangle drawn, you're going to draw the median down the middle from the vertex at the top to the midpoint. And it's going to make 2 congruent triangles. So it says, what are the measures of the angles of the triangle? Well, I know that I have 60 on the right, and this is actually perpendicular here. So I have a right triangle, and at the top, this 60-degree angle has now been split into 30 and 30. So we have 30, 60, and 90, and that's how we get our 30, 60, 90 triangle. So I'm going to take the triangle out of our picture here, and I'm just going to draw it over here. Whoops, kind of crooked. Over there. So there, 60, 30. Now I know the hypotenuse is 4 because all of these sides were 4. And then this bottom piece that is opposite the 30, so this piece right here that's opposite the 30, it's not 4, but it's half of 4 because we've split this side in half, so it is 2. And now we're going to use our information that we know about right triangles to find this missing piece here, our b. So we're going to use Pythagorean theorem. So we're going to have 2 squared plus b squared equals 4 squared. 2 squared is 4. 4 squared is 16. So I'm going to subtract 4. And I get b squared equals 12. So when you take the square root, I get b equals the square root of 12. The factors of 12 are 4 and 3, so I end up getting 2 root 3. So this side right here is actually 2 root 3. So you can see there's a relationship between the smallest side here, 2, and the longest side, the hypotenuse, 4. The shortest side is half the length of the hypotenuse. So I'm going to just write that over here. The shortest side, I'm going to call it the shortest leg. The shortest leg is half the length of the hypotenuse. So that's just something, that's one of the relationships. And then on the other side, between the shortest leg here and the long leg across from the 60, it's 2, and then 2 times the square root of 3. So the shortest leg is times the square root of 3 makes the longest leg. So I'm going to write that like this. The long leg is the short leg times or multiplied by the square root of 3. So what we're going to do is we're going to try it again, but we're going to use a triangle with side lengths of 8. So I'm going to use it here on this picture. All the sides here are 8. And I know that I have split this triangle in half. I have a right triangle here. This is 60 and 30. So I know that this piece right here is actually 4. And then if I were to do Pythagorean theorem again, 4 squared plus b squared equals 8 squared. 4 squared is 16. 8 squared is 64, subtract 16, and I get b squared is 48. Take the square root. So I get b equals the square root of 48. So I can use factors of, let's see, I could use 4 and 12. So I know the square root of 4 is 2, so I'd get 2 root 12, and then 12 is 4 times 3. So I would get 2 times 2 times the square root of 3. Which is 4 root 3. So this height is 4 root 3. And as you can notice here, I'll highlight it. The short leg is 4. The long leg is the short leg times the square root of 3, so 4 root 3, and then the shortest leg is half the length of the hypotenuse, so the hypotenuse was 8, which makes the shortest leg 4, which is exactly what it was. So we're going to use that pattern down here at the bottom. So I'm given the shortest leg as 5, so that makes the hypotenuse twice as long, 10, and it makes the long leg the short leg times the square root of 3, so 5 root 3. And then the other example we were given the long leg, so the long leg is the short leg times the square root of 3, so that makes this 4, which makes the hypotenuse 8. So when we fill in our rule, we're given the short side x, so the hypotenuse is twice as long, so 2x, and the side opposite the 60, the long leg, is x root 3. So I hope that helps you go through the discovery activity, and the next thing you need to do is take notes over the 30, 60, 90 video.